Hear my cry, hear my call, in your ears, see my form, see my error, on my phone, time home, see my form.
Hello, Marvel Legends. Well, we've got to that stage. Scrubs did it, Simpsons did it, famously Buffy the Vampire Slayer did it. It is time for a musical episode. Okay, not quite. I'm not exactly going to burst out into song, but there is a big musical feature involved in this, and it's all based around this guy. Neca Godzilla. Why did I get a Godzilla? Because I love kaiju. I love big monsters. I love huge robots. I love cities being destroyed by giant creatures. And Godzilla is the granddaddy of that. Well, maybe King Kong is, but he's going to be coming shortly. But right now we have Neca Godzilla, who I got ages ago, but I just haven't got round to making a video because there's always been something else to do, to cover. And especially with McFarlane coming out with these beautiful boys over here, I'm going to just maneuver them over a little bit more because they deserve the recognition. And look, they're not falling over because they have flight stands or just normal stands. How groundbreaking is that? Come on, Hasbro. Just give us a little disc of plastic so our legends don't fall over. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about Neca Godzilla and how beautiful this such a random purchase was. I wanted to get Neca Godzilla for a long time because he's such an icon and a favorite of mine. Living in Japan, I went over there in 2015 when the new Japanese Godzilla came out. And it was kind of like the counterpoint to the new American Godzilla, both of which were good in their own rights and different ways. But I just absolutely adored this character. I fell in love with him, especially in Tokyo. They have, some of you might not have seen it or some of you might have heard of it. There's a life-size Godzilla bust. Life-size Godzilla bust on the top of a building, a skyscraper in Tokyo. So if you stand at the right angle, it looks like Godzilla is literally walking through the streets of Tokyo. God, I love Japan and their crazy ideas and antics. And this figure it was tough to choose which one to go for because Neca being Neca have made every Godzilla and permutation thereof imaginable. Hang on one second. Sorry, I had to cough there, and you don't want to listen to me coughing. I ate some Twiglets, and I had one, a little scratchy throat. Why am I telling you this? Anyway, Godzilla, yes, 1,000,000,001 different versions and variations of Godzilla. So why did I get this one? This isn't even a Godzilla movie that I've seen. This is... Look at the gorgeous box art. That's why Neca is so great with their boxes. This is Godzilla Tokyo SOS. And I'll read you the little blurb on the back. It says, Godzilla awakens at the bottom of the sea, 1 year after surviving a vicious battle against Mecha Godzilla. So tempted to get a Mecha Godzilla. Now bearing an enormous scar from the battle, Godzilla makes landfall again, as Mecha Godzilla is prepared to defend Japan once more. Mothra and Shobijin appear and offer a vital clue to the reason why Godzilla continues to attack. Now the government must make a crucial decision. Follow the Shobijin's orders or battle both Mothra and Godzilla. So the reason I chose him was because of this scarring on his chest. He's so, look at the way it glows when the light catches it. The scarring makes the figure so much more interesting. Normally, if I'm only going to have one version of a character, I'll want the most classic, iconic version. But the problem with Godzilla in that regard is he's very dark. He doesn't stand out on the shelf because normal Godzilla is this kind of green, grey sort of colour. So I wanted something that would brighten him up more. And that's where this lightning looking scarring really works. So he's not the most classic version, but he looks so cool. Hang on, I got a cough again.
You said to trust you never hurt me. Now I'm disgusted, so still adjusted.
Okay, we're back. Now then. So yeah, this Godzilla looks so much better and brighter, and just Neca absolutely killed it with this figure. He's got the articulation in the mouth, that is just so great, that you can have the jaws open wide and you can tilt and turn the head. His arm movements, there's not a huge amount of, movement and variation you can get because it is a guy in a suit, so he's not going to get into crazy poses. So this recreates the movie look of the character because that's what you got. But I love the sort of expression on Godzilla's face. I think it's that perfect mix between the goofy looking, original Godzilla with the big eyes and looking kind of silly, and the more sort of scary reptilian dinosaur sort of look. I think this one just captures it perfectly. This is the Godzilla look that I want. And then just with the beautiful painting of the tone of the white to the blue to the green on his scales. This is the awesome Godzilla that I always wanted. And the more I've been reading about Godzilla and watching videos and catching some movies, I love the fact that he is still portrayed in Japan often as a villain, not necessarily the good guy or the bad guy. He's a force of nature, and that's just really, really awesome. I like how the American Godzillas have made it more like he is the protector of Earth. And when he is in Japan as well, but in Japan he's more like, I'm going to protect the Earth from you people if I have to. And that's kind of fun. Of course, he was originally an analogy for, atomic weapons and whatnot. And so he wasn't a hero at all. He was just this terrifying force of nature. And that's what I loved about the most recent Japanese Godzilla was, basically they had the atomic analogy, the nuclear analogy. And in the end, they don't defeat Godzilla. They just kind of freeze him. And they're like, we have to be consciously aware of this forever. This threat will always be here and we have to be aware of it. Just like nuclear radiation and weapons. It's we can't end this threat. All we can do is control it and manage it and never let it become a problem. That's where Godzilla is really cool. So yeah, I love this figure. I love this box. It takes every inch of my reserve to not buy every Godzilla and Mothra and everything else. I think at the very least I'll have to get a King Kong to go with this. And that is my quick review of Godzilla. But how is this a musical episode? Well, I'll tell you, because what the heck? This is my channel, I'm going to throw this in. A few years ago, there was a performance in Japan that I did, and I wanted to share it with you guys, because it was like a creative performance art type piece. I wanted to do a musical tribute to Godzilla and monster movies, so I incorporated the help of my good brother BJ, who will do any wacky idea that I ask him to, because he's just the nicest guy and I can drag him along with my ridiculous endeavors. So together, with his help, we put together a celebration of all things Godzilla, featuring the music of Puff Daddy, the arts and crafts skills of me, the incredible violin playing and aerial acrobatics work of my much more talented friends, and together I made my tribute to Godzilla. So without further ado, I give you Godzilla 1998, direct from 2016, Japan Talent Expose. Check it out, enjoy it. Until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
You ready for this?
I am ready for this.
You got everything on the list?
Everything on your list is ready.
You got an aerial act?
I got aerial acts.
You got a musical accompaniment?
I got musical accompaniment.
You got a 1/6 scale model of Tempest
I have a 1/6 scale model of tempos on.
Really? I'm impressed.
Yeah, I built it backstage.
Alright, let's do this!
Yeah, karaoke!
Godzilla, y'all. Hear my cry, hear my call, let me your ears. Alright, check this out, one last